Long ago, in a grand kingdom surrounded by blooming meadows and ancient forests, a king and queen longed for a child. After many years of sorrow, the queen gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. The kingdom rejoiced, and a magnificent christening feast was held, inviting 7 good fairies to bless the princess with gifts of beauty, grace, wit, dance, song, music, and kindness. Golden plates and jeweled goblets were prepared for each fairy, but an 8th fairy, an old and powerful one who had been forgotten for 50 years, was overlooked. Furious at the slight, she arrived uninvited, her dark robes swirling like storm clouds. The 7 good fairies bestowed their blessings one by one, filling the hall with light and wonder. When it came time for the youngest fairy to speak, the old fairy interrupted with a cruel laugh. "The princess shall indeed grow in beauty and grace," she hissed. "But on her 16th birthday, she will prick her finger on a spindle and die." The court gasped in horror. The youngest fairy stepped forward. "A deadly curse on an innocent baby. Can it be undone?" The Softened Spell and Desperate King in Part 2. Like and subscribe for the magic. Part 2. The Growing Princess. "I cannot undo the curse entirely," the youngest fairy said, "but I can soften it. The princess will not die. She will fall into a deep sleep for 100 years, until a king's son awakens her with true love's kiss." The king, desperate to protect his daughter, ordered every spindle in the kingdom burned and banned all spinning. The princess, named Aurora, grew into a radiant young woman, beautiful, kind, curious, and full of life. Years passed peacefully. On the morning of her 16th birthday, Aurora explored the castle's forgotten towers, drawn by a strange, rhythmic sound. A mysterious sound in the hidden tower. What forbidden thing will Aurora discover on her fateful birthday? Danger awaits in Part 3. Hit like if you're on the edge. Part 3. The prick of the spindle at the top. In a dusty room, sat an old woman turning a spinning wheel. "What are you doing?" Aurora asked innocently. "Come closer, child, and try it yourself," the old woman croaked. None other than the evil fairy in disguise. Aurora touched the spindle, pricked her finger, and collapsed into a death-like sleep. The evil fairy vanished, cackling in triumph. The youngest good fairy hurried to the castle. She put the entire kingdom to sleep, so Aurora would not wake alone. The kingdom frozen in time, hidden by deadly thorns. Will anyone ever find the sleeping princess? A century passes in Part 4. Subscribe now. Part 4. The Thorns and the Brave Prince. A thick forest of thorns and brambles grew around the castle overnight, hiding it from view and killing any prince or knight who tried to enter. 100 years passed. Kingdoms rose and fell. Legends spoke of a sleeping beauty trapped in an enchanted castle. At last, a brave and noble prince heard the tale. Determined, he rode to the forest. On the day he arrived, the thorns parted miraculously, blooming with roses to let him through. He entered the silent castle. In the highest tower, he found Aurora lying on a bed draped in gold. A prince before the sleeping beauty. Will his kiss awaken her and break the ancient curse? The magical moment in Part 5. Comment if you believe in true love. Part 5. The awakening, and ever after overwhelmed by her loveliness, the prince knelt and kissed her gently. At once, Aurora's eyes fluttered open. She smiled at him as if she had only dozed for a moment. The spell broke across the kingdom. The king and queen awoke, the court stirred, birds sang, and fires relit themselves. Joy filled the halls. The prince and Aurora fell deeply in love. A grand wedding was held, uniting their kingdoms in celebration. They ruled wisely and kindly, surrounded by laughter and light. And so Sleeping Beauty and her prince lived happily ever after. Thank you for watching the complete dark tale of Sleeping Beauty. If this longer version enchanted you, please give this video a big thumbs up, share it with friends, subscribe for more extended classic fairy tales, and turn on notifications. See you in the next story.